Today I am going to discuss how to determine the deflection of a chord beam using the Castiglianos method. So you know that how to find out the deflection of a simple beam and also frame, but here we will find out the deflection of a chord beam using the Castiglianos method. So already you know that what is Castiglianos first theorem. So this is partial derivative of strain energy with respect to the force gives the displacement along the direction of the force, and partial derivative of strain energy with respect to the moment gives the rotation along the direction of the moment. And you know the strain energy U is equal to integration of 0 to L m square by 2EI into dx, where U is the total strain energy, P is the load, m is the moment, delta is the linear displacement, and theta is the angular displacement or rotation. And also you know what are the steps to be used for determination of deflection. Already we have discussed in previous classes. If a load is acting at a point and is in the desired direction, the general expense for bending moment for the entire structure is to be find out. This is first step. Then the second step, the strain energy for the entire structure is to be find out. Then the third step, that you have to differentiate the strain energy with respect to the force for deflection and with respect to the moment for rotation. And if the load is not acting on the structure, then you have to apply the dummy load or dummy moment where you find out the deflection or rotation. After using the dummy load and moment, then you have to find out the bending moment expression. Then you have to find out the strain energy expression. Then you can differentiate it with respect to the dummy load. Then you have to substitute the dummy load as 0. Then you have to integrate with respect to the x. Then we'll find out what is the deflection or moment at the applied point of dummy load or dummy moment. So these are the steps already we have discussed. Then coming to one example, the vertical lamp post in the shape of bent cantilever is shown in below figure. If the flexural rigidity EI is constant throughout, determine the vertical displacement of point C using Castiglianos theorem. So this is the vertical lamp post. This is vertical lamp post, and you have to find out what is the deflection at the point C. So at the point C, what is the deflection that you have to find out using the Castiglianos method. So this is the vertical lamp post, and this is the shape of this is the bent cantilever. This is the bent cantilever. This portion is your bent cantilever, or this is the chord beam. This is the chord cantilever beam, and this is the vertical post. And here there is having the one vertical lamp. So you have to find out what is the deflection of this lamp using the Castiglianos method. You have to find out what is the vertical deflection of the lamp. Using Castiglianos method, determine the vertical displacement of point C using Castiglianos theorem. So here you have to find out. So here given this is the force P or load P at the point C, and the length of the vertical post is your L, and the radius of this bent cantilever, radius of the bent cantilever, the chord beam. This is the chord cantilever beam, and the radius of this chord cantilever beam is your R. So you have to find out what is the deflection at the free end of the vertical lamp post. At the C, you have to find out what is the vertical deflection. So what you have to do here, you have to find out the bending moment expression for this portion and bending moment expression for this portion. This is the straight portion. You have to find out what is the bending moment between the A and B, and at any section you have to find out the bending moment. And here this is the chord cantilever beam. This is chord cantilever beam, and here you have to find out what is the bending moment at any section. Then you have to apply this moment in the strain energy equation. Then you can find out what is the strain energy for the portion AB and for the portion BC. So here in BC. So this is the chord cantilever beam. So here you have to take theta is your 0 here and theta is pi by 2 here. And first we will take the portion BC and we'll find out the moment at a distance x from the P and C. This is the section. This is the section. You have to find out what is the moment here. And you take the elemental distance dx and along the chord beam. So here this distance, this arc length is your equal to r into d theta. Because this is dx and this arc length is your r d theta, because this is the radius of the arc. This is the radius of this arc, and this is the theta angle, and this is the d theta angle. So what is this arc length? So this is your equal to r into d theta. D theta is very small, so you take dx is your equal to r into d theta. So when you are taking the section at a distance x from the support C, so you have to find out what is the moment here, because you know this is the angle. This is the angle because this is the in linear direction. At a distance x from the support C, you are taking a section. But in angular direction, so at a distance theta, you are taking a section. So linearly, so this is varying from this to this, and in angular direction, so this is the variation of the angle. This is the variation of the angle. So here the theta is 0 and here the theta is pi by 2. So if this is theta angle and this is the radius of the arc, so this is, what is this length? What is the length of this one? Because sine theta is equal to this side by this side. So this side is equal to r into sine theta. Sine theta is equal to, this is your x distance, x by r. This is r distance. So sine theta is equal to this side by this side, x by r. So x is equal to r sine theta. So this distance is equal to r sine theta. And dx is equal to r d theta. Because this is the very small elemental length, and this elemental length and this is the arc, both are equal as the angle is very small. So first you find out what is the bending moment here for bent cantilever BC. Take a section at a distance x from C. Moment at the section mx is equal to minus p into x. This is the force you are acting at C, and this is the perpendicular distance. So what is the moment at the section? P into x, minus p into x, and this is rotating clockwise. Minus p into x. You know, this is the x distance. So this distance is equal to r into sine theta. Put the value of x here. So mx is equal to minus px is equal to minus pr into sine theta. But you know dx is equal to r into d theta. Because this is r d theta and this is dx. So as this is your very small angle, so you have to take dx is equal to r into d theta. You have to find out what is the strain energy in the elemental length r d theta. Along the linear direction, this is the incremental length. Along the arc, along the curve, so this is the r d theta. This is the r d theta. So you have to find out what is the strain energy in the elemental length r d theta. So this is your equal to, but here you have to take the integration, because you have to find out what is the strain energy of this portion. You have to strain energy of this portion BC. So what you have to do here? So you have to take integration limit when theta is equal to 0. This is the position. When theta is equal to pi by 2, this is the position. So you have to take the integration limit from 0 to pi by 2. Then you will get what is the strain energy of the portion BC. You will get what is the strain energy for the portion BC. So U is equal to 0 to pi by 2. So what is the strain energy formula? M square by 2a into dx. This is the strain energy formula. But here you have to put, instead of dx, you have to put r d theta, because here you are taking, you have to find out what is the strain energy of this portion, the chord portion. So here you have to take the integration limit from 0 to pi by 2, and you have to put the this one, dx is equal to r into d theta. Instead of dx, you have to put here r into d theta. And you know what is the moment? Moment is equal to minus pr sine theta. So you have to put the value of moment and dx in this strain energy equation. So the strain energy is equal to 0 to pi by 2 minus pr sine theta whole square by 2a into r d theta. Then u is equal to 0 to pi by 2 p square r cube sin square theta by 2ei into d theta. Then you find out the total strain energy for the bent cantilever. So find out the total strain energy of this portion, PC. U1 is equal to 0 to pi by 2 p square r cube by 2ei, and you know what is the sin square theta? That is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2 into d theta. Then after simplifying this one, so you will get this one is equal to U1 0 to pi by 2 p square r cube by 2ei half into d theta minus cos 2 theta by 2 into d theta. Then after simplification, finally you will get this is U1 is equal to p square r cube by 4ei pi by 2 minus sin pi by 2, but this is your 0. So here the strain energy for the bent portion BC is equal to pi p square r cube by 8ei. This is the strain energy of the bent portion. Then you have to find out what is the deflection. So the deflection energy due to this bent portion is equal to del U1 by del P. This is partial derivative of strain energy with respect to the force if the displacement along the direction of the force. So you know U1 is equal to pi p square r cube by 8ei. This is by del P, del pi p square r cube by 8ei del P is equal to delta C1 is equal to 2 pi p r cube by 8ei is equal to pi p r cube by 4ei. So this is the deflection due to the bent portion. The deflection at C is equal to this one. Deflection at C is equal to pi p r cube by 4ei. Then find out what is the deflection due to this portion. What is the deflection at the C due to the vertical post, due to the portion AB. So what is the deflection at C? As the load is acting at the C point, so for equilibrium at A, for equilibrium of joint at A, so you have to apply one anti-clockwise moment, PR. This is P. So what is the moment here? So P into the perpendicular distance. This is the moment, and when you will take the, this is the downward force. So here you have to take one vertical force. When the force P is acting at the C, so due to that force, this is the moment you have to take PR, anti-clockwise direction, and this is the vertical force, vertical direction you have to take at the point A. Then the system becomes equilibrium. So by considering this force and this moment, so you have to find out what is the moment at a distance x from the end A. You have to take a section, you have to take a section at a distance x from the support A, and you have to find out what is the moment at the section by considering this force. So this is the moment, anti-clockwise moment PR, and this is the force acting at the, this is the force, this is the reaction or force acting at A. So by taking these two force, you have to find out what is the moment here. So for AB portion, the applied force P at C can be balanced by a moment applied at A in anti-clockwise direction PR and a vertical reaction P at A. Then take a section at a distance x from A. Moment at section XX is equal to mx is equal to minus P into R. Moment at section XX. What is the moment at the section XX? When you are taking the moment at the section XX, so this is the moment you are acting anti-clockwise direction. So when you are taking the moment about this section, so this is your anti-clockwise minus PR, mx is equal to minus PR. But this reaction is passing through the origin, passing through the access point. What is the moment of this reaction? This is your 0, because this is the force is passing through this point, and this is, and the perpendicular distance is your 0. So due to this reaction, so what is the moment? This is equal to 0. So moment about the section XX is equal to minus P into R. Mx is equal to minus P into R. Then you have to find out what is the strain energy for portion AB. So strain energy for portion AB, that you have to take U2. So U2 is equal to 0 to L m square by 2ei into dx. Then you put the value of mx here. So u2 is equal to 0 to L minus PR whole square by 2ai into dx. Then here you take u2 is equal to p square r square by 2ai integration 0 to L dx. Then after simplification, you will get u2 is equal to p square r square L by 2ai. Then after getting the strain energy for the portion AB, then you have to find out what is the deflection at C due to the strain energy U2. This is delta C2. Delta C2 is equal to partial derivative of the strain energy U2 with respect to the force. Then after putting this one, after taking the partial derivative of strain energy U2, then we'll get P delta C2 is equal to P R square L by EI. So this is the deflection at C due to the vertical post AB. Then what is the total vertical deflection at C? Then you have to find out what is the total vertical deflection at C due to the vertical post AB, what is the deflection at C, and due to the arc BC, what is the vertical deflection at C. That delta C1 is equal to pi PRQ by 4EI, and this delta C2 is equal to PR square L by EI. So the total vertical deflection at C due to the portion AB and BC is equal to delta C. Delta C is equal to delta C1 plus delta C2 is equal to pi PRQ by 4EI plus PR square L by EI. So this is the vertical deflection at C due to the vertical lamp post. Then coming to another example, a cantilever beam is in the form of a quarter of a circle in the vertical plane and is subjected to a vertical load P at its free end as shown in figure. Find the vertical and horizontal deflections at the free end. Use Castigliano's theorem. Assume uniform flexural rigidity. So this is the question. So this is called cantilever beam. This is AB. This curved cantilever beam is your AB. And one load is your acting at the free end B. This is the load you are acting P. So you have to find out at B, you have to find out what is the vertical deflection and you have to find out what is the horizontal deflection. So you can easily find out what is the vertical deflection because there is present the vertical load P. But how will find out this horizontal deflection here? So for horizontal deflection, you have to take a dummy load. For horizontal deflection, there is no horizontal load. So here you have to apply the horizontal dummy load. And this is the curved beam. The radius of the curved beam is R. This is the radius of the curved beam. And this total angle is your 90 degree. This total angle is your 90 degree. This is the angle theta. And you take, has to find out the vertical deflection. Has to find out the vertical deflection of free end. Let us take a section X at a distance X from the free end B. So this is the section. This is the distance at a distance X. You take a section X and you have to find out what is the moment here. You have to find out what is the moment here. This is the elemental length dx and along the arc, along the chord direction or along the arc direction. So what is this length? This length is equal to r into d theta because this is the angle theta and this angle is your d theta because you are taking a section at a distance x from the free end P or in angular direction. This is the angle in angular direction. This is theta. This is x along the linear direction. In angular direction, this is theta. So this is the small element dx along linear direction, but in angular direction, this arc length is your r into d theta because this is r and this angle is your d theta. So this is your equal to r into d theta. Then you have to find out because this is the length is your x. So you have to find out what is this length. Already I have explained in previous example, r into sine theta. This length is equal to r into sine theta. So you have to find out what is the moment here. You have to find out what is the moment here due to the vertical load acting at B. So what is the moment of the section? So this is the vertical load present at B, and the perpendicular distance is your this one. This is the perpendicular distance. Minus P into X. Moment at section X is equal to minus P into X, but you know X is equal to R sin theta, and dx is equal to R into this dx. Dx is equal to R into d theta. As d theta is your very small angle, you have to take dx is equal to R into d theta. Then you put this one, X is equal to R sin theta. Here M is equal to minus PR into sin theta. Then you know what is the strain energy formula. U is equal to integration 0 to L m square by 2I into dx. But you know what is the integration limit you have to take here. When x is equal to 0, when x is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0, and when x is equal to L, this one, up to this, when x is equal to L, so what is the theta value? Theta is equal to pi by 2, because here theta is 0 and here theta is equal to pi by 2. So you have to take the integration from 0 to pi by 2. See the integration limit, and here you have to take dx is equal to R into d theta, and this is the moment, minus PR into sin theta. Then you find out what is the strain energy in the elemental length R d theta. For this portion, find out what is the strain energy. This is U is equal to 0 to pi by 2 m square by 2EI into R into d theta. Then after integrating from 0 to pi by 2, so you will get what is the total strain energy of this portion, AB portion. After integrating from x is theta is equal to 0 to theta is equal to pi by 2, then we will find out what is the total strain energy of this AB portion. Then you take the integration limit, U is equal to 0 to pi by 2. You know M is equal to minus PR sin theta. So here you put minus PR sin theta whole square by 2EI into R d theta. Then strain energy U is equal to 0 to pi by 2 P square R square sin square theta by 2EI into R d theta. But you know sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. U is equal to 0 to pi by 2 P square R cube by 2EI into 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2 into d theta. Then after integration of this one, U is equal to P square R cube by 2EI, and this is theta minus sin 2 theta by 2, 0 to pi by 2. This is the limit. Then after putting this limit, you will get what is the total strain energy, pi P square R cube by 80I. This strain energy only due to the vertical load acting at the P and B. Then you have to find out what is the vertical deflection at the P and B. What is the vertical deflection at the P and B? So what you have to do, you have to take the partial derivative of the strain energy with respect to the force P. Then you will get what is the deflection along the direction of the force. You have to take the partial derivative of strain energy with respect to the force P. So the vertical deflection at B is equal to, this is partial derivative of strain energy with respect to the force. Then delta VB is equal to, this is partial derivative of strain energy with respect to the force. So after simplification this one, so we'll get the vertical deflection at B is equal to pi PR cube by 4EI. So this is the vertical deflection at the P and B. So due to the load present at the P and B. Then you have to find out what is the horizontal deflection. So here given in the question, so you have to find out what is the horizontal deflection at the P and B. This is you have to find out, horizontal deflection. So as there is no load along the horizontal direction, so you have to apply a dummy horizontal force Q or horizontal deflection. So here we will find out what is the horizontal deflection at the P and B. Since there is no horizontal force at the P end, apply a dummy horizontal force Q as shown in figure. This is figure 2. You have to apply a dummy horizontal force at the B, Q. In addition to the vertical force, you have to take this vertical force. In addition to this force, you have to apply another horizontal force Q at B. Then you have to find out what is the, similarly you have to take a section at a distance x from the P and B. Then what is the moment here? You have to find out, and here you know. So this is the x distance, this is the x length, and this is in angular direction, it is theta. So you are taking a section at a distance x from the P and B, and in angular direction, this angle is your theta, and this is the incremental angle d theta, and this length is your r into d theta, and this is along the linear direction, this is your dx. Dx is your equal to r into d theta. And you know already that, so I have explained this one. So what is this length? Sin theta is equal to this by this. So this is equal to r sin theta. And what is this length? What is this length? This length is your r cos theta, because when you will take this is theta angle, so cos theta is equal to this side by this side, because this is the radius of the r. Then this length is equal to r into cos theta. So what is this length? Because this is the radius of the arc. This is the radius. This is your radius. So you know this one r cos theta. So what is this portion? What is this length? So this length is equal to r minus r cos theta. This length is your r minus r cos theta. This is r cos theta, and this is r sin theta. This is the vertical force. Already this is present at P and B. And as you have to find out the horizontal deflection, so you have to take, this is the horizontal load at B. Horizontal dummy load at B. This is M, so you have to take what is the moment here, M is equal to minus P into X. Then you know X is equal to R sin theta, and dx is equal to R into d theta, as d theta is very small angle. Here also you have to take the integration limit, x is equal to 0, take theta is equal to 0, x is equal to L, theta is equal to pi by 2. So this is the strain energy formula, and the moment you have to find out at the section here. You have to find out what is the moment due to these two forces. So due to the force P, so what is the moment here? Minus P into R sin theta, force into perpendicular distance, minus P into R into sin theta. And due to this force, due to the force Q, what is the moment here? So this is the force, and perpendicular distance, this one. This is the perpendicular distance. So minus Q into this distance is equal to R minus R cos theta. Moment due to the force Q at x is equal to minus Q into R minus R cos theta. Minus Q into R minus R cos theta. So what is the total moment here? What is the total moment here? Total moment is equal to minus PR sin theta minus QR 1 minus cos theta. This is the moment at a section X from the P and B. Then what is the strain energy formula? U is equal to 0 to L integration m square by 2a into dx. So put the moment in the strain energy formula. So this is strain energy. U is equal to 0 to pi by 2 PR sin theta plus QR 1 minus cos theta whole square by 2a into R into d theta. Then you have to find out what is the horizontal displacement at B, delta HP. Then you have to take the partial derivative of the strain energy with respect to Q. With respect to Q. Partial derivative of strain energy with respect to Q. Delta HP is equal to this one. So 0 to pi by 2. So here you take this partial derivative of strain energy with respect to Q. The differentiation of strain energy with respect to Q. So what you will get? PR sin theta plus QR 1 minus cos theta. 2 into, you will get this one. 2 into PR sin theta plus QR 1 minus cos theta, but this is 2 to cancel. Here 2 and here 2 to cancel. And due to this, QR into 1 minus, this is R into 1 minus cos theta into R d theta. Into R d theta. So this is after taking the partial derivative of the strain energy with respect to Q. So this is the expression. This is the expression. That is the differentiation of strain energy with respect to Q. Then what you have to do? As Q is a dummy load, So you have to substitute Q is equal to 0 in the above equation. Here you have to put Q is equal to 0. After taking the differentiation with respect to the dummy load, so what you have to do, as there is no load, you apply the dummy load at B, Q. So you have to substitute the dummy load is equal to 0 in this expression. Then after putting Q is equal to 0, so you get delta SP is equal to del U by del P, integration 0 to pi by 2. This is PR sin theta by EI, and this is R 1 minus cos theta into R into d theta. This is the expression. Then you have to take the integration of this expression. Then you will get what is the horizontal deflection at the P and B. So you have to take the integration of this expression. Delta SP is equal to PRQ by EI 0 to pi by 2. Then this is the equation. Then after simplifying this equation, so you will get what is the horizontal displacement or horizontal deflection at the P and B. So delta SP is equal to minus PRQ by 2EI. As you got this is negative value, so the horizontal displacement at B is equal to delta BH is equal to PRQ by 2EI towards support. The horizontal displacement at B is equal to delta BH is equal to PRQ by 2EI. This is towards support. Now all are clear.